Welcome back to Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches. We have cleared out most of the district here, I believe. Some random guards decided to spawn, but other than that, I don't think there is much left here, so I think that the next place we need to go is into the Riverfront, since I can't find any way to find the password for the textile mill. So let's just head on over there. Looks welcoming. Go to the Riverfront. Right. Eliminate the dead eel mutineer, Edgar Wakefield.
Hard man, but he's not as fun as Lizzie. Lizzie enjoyed it more.
Yeah, even Lizzie never drowned victims in a sap. Can still see him squirming for air.
Yeah. How's he gonna top that?
Oops. Let's grab that. Some Tivian ore. And we can go up here.
Edgar Wakefield is on board the Undine. He's put all of the eels on alert since Lizzie's rumored to have escaped from Coldridge. He's expecting her. You will undoubtedly be a surprise to him.
How pleasant. I always enjoy being a surprise. Trimble's coin. Okay, so this is about Piero Joplin. The halls of the Academy of Natural Philosophy are thought to be spaces where thoughtful discourse and enlightened tolerance set the tone for debate and learning. It is believed that reason applies above all, and the passions of the greatest minds of the Empire are tempered by wisdom and custom. This is the commonly accepted vision of the place, and it is almost always accurate. Almost. Sometimes a protracted debate or disagreement can explode into conflict, and very rarely violence. Such was the case years ago in the month of Winds. A young apprentice named Piero Joplin ventured into strange new directions of research in the preservation of mortifying tissue, a field that brought him into frequent conflict with a student named Trimble. Joplin and Trimble often debated loudly long into the night, and the content of these arguments was well beyond the understanding of most people of the Empire, and the author included. The rivalry between the two natural philosophers raged for months, but it is the climax of those events that prompts this writing. The two had argued deep into the night, the debate sliding into bitter personal attacks. At last they reached terrible accord. Their mutual hatred culminated in a duel to the death with pistols. Under the grey sky of dawn, the greatest minds of the Empire of the Isles gathered in the courtyard in a fashion resembling schoolboys gathering to watch bullies fight. A quiet fell as Joplin and Trimble accepted the ceremonial pistols, marked off the paces, turned and fired. Each combatant fired round after round, shattering windows, chipping masonry and splitting plaster. The closest shot to the mark was Joplin's, whose bullet ripped through the hem of Trimble's overcoat. It was clear that the dedicated study of the learned men had made for poor marksmanship. When all their ammunition was expended, both parties stood quivering with fear and rage, but unharmed. It was then agreed that the duel should be settled with a coin flip. A newly minted coin of the Empire was produced, bearing the face of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. As it was sent spinning into the air, Trimble called heads. The coin landed tails. Joplin was declared winner, and the feuding between the men ceased. By the terms of the dispute, Trimble was forced to leave the academy, his studies left incomplete, whereupon a dignified silence returned to the halls of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. Interesting. Notes from a Hatter spy. Mr. Hat, there has been interesting activity since our raid on the dead eels a few days ago. It looks like Wakefield has been rooting out Lizzie loyalists and chasing them off, or making an example out of them with some gruesome killing. I don't think he's got much of a hold on this gang, and things are likely to fly apart before long. Also, I swear I saw a woman lurking on some nearby rooftops last night, spying on the eels. She saw me looking at her and just disappeared. Perhaps you'll know what to make of that, Oscar. I have a sense that that woman that they are referring to is most likely Delilah. Okay, let's continue up here. What? Okay. I'm guessing that maybe was Delilah. Can I... Yes, I can. Jump over there.
There's the boat. Wakefield's probably keeping himself below decks. Whatever I do to him, it will be a mercy compared to what Lizzie has in mind.
True. Splintering bolts. Bolts shot from your wrist bow do much more damage, but the penalty is that they almost always break on contact when shot at enemies. That could be useful, I guess. It's been a long time since I actually found myself in the situation where I lacked bolts.
Wakefield sealed himself in the cargo hold of the Undine.
That's
Smuggling
nice.
ships like this one often have a hatch underneath for dumping contraband if they get caught. Perhaps the Undine is no different.
Did you have to scare me like that to tell me that? There is no dead body there. The body vanished.
I know you're here.
Just leave them to their roamings. We can blink down here and have a little look around. If there's anything of interest here. There's a pouch. Some Tibian ore, it would seem. Something down there that looks like copper wire. There are bolts down there. But other than that, this looks fairly cleaned out for items. Cannot get up there. And can definitely not get up there. Can also not get up there. Or maybe we can? Nope. Okay. So if you would kindly just stand still. Thank you.
Two butchers came here looking for work, prying about their warehouse.
What'd you tell him?
Laughed in their faces. Everyone knows they're scum. Besides, they couldn't stop talking about killing Daud. And that's an enemy we don't need.
It's an enemy you already have.
Wonder what got this guy. Where are you? Hey, the dead body. Where'd you run off? Where are you?
I think there was another person, the Undine itself. Not that one, but...
It's just a matter of time, buddy. Wonder what got this guy.
Someone's about to get shanked.
Uh-huh. Oh, Weepers. Been a while since we've seen those. Yes, I very much agree. You are. So there's a trap thing here. I'm assuming that is set up for the Weepers. But I don't... Can I reach it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so most of the guards seem to have been taken out. Or mysteriously disappeared. I wouldn't know how that happened, of course. There is still guards left.
Daud, this is the second time now. I see something, or someone, out of the corner of my eye. But when I turn, they're gone. Someone is watching us.
Yes, it's Delilah. Okay, so there's a guy standing there.
You run off too.
I haven't run off to anywhere.
Come out. Why don't you come out and dance a river shimmy with you? Ladies on.
Oops. I wasted too many arrows there. That was not my intention. That was my intention. Okay. So if we go down there, we can pick up the copper wire. We can save, and then we can jump up here and continue up. And continue up on the... Oh. Geesh. The pipes. If we're careful, I believe we can also get on top of that. I guess it's kind of a chimney?
Lizzie's boat is smaller than I remember.
Yep. Whoa! Did not expect that. The barbed wire or something up there? It's just rope. Oh well. Guess we're not going up there then.
Lizzie's boat is smaller than I remember.
I think it looks more than big enough to do what we needed to do. Okay, so as far as I... Oh, there is one more. Oh, he's underneath deck, never mind. Guess I think that's all the outside guards then. What's that? Ship's horn lever. I don't think we're gonna do that. Ship's engine throttle. No, we're not gonna play around with that either. What we are going to do is just stroll around, see if we can find interesting things to pick up. Okay, so down here, I'm guessing this is food. Yep. Hagfish. Sounds so disgusting. Then we have the area that we had the two guards. I think that was over here. Okay, so let's cut that and lob a grenade down here. And that's effective cleaning up of plague victims in a short amount of time. There's a health elixir. There's a book here, Corrupted Charms. The following note was found at the site of a ritual murder attached to the victim's face by 9 fishhooks, arranged in a suspicious pattern. We inferred that the two parties were involved in a conflict over the construction and sale of a superstitious charm, using pieces from older, possibly damaged, heretical artifacts. Full investigation recommended, focused on the person named Lilica in Serkonos. Then it goes on to some text. Lilica, you... Yeah, gee, what I'm reading. Some other text. Lilica, you cheat. For months I poured coin into your pockets, paying for all the things you'd requested. Food and lodging at the outskirts of town, livestock with birth defects whose purpose I cannot imagine, toxic plants and alchemical materials. The baboon blood and cartilage of deep-dwelling fish were not cheap, I assure you, but even more costly was the scrimshaw I painstakingly acquired from sailors during the past year, carved from the bones of whales and said to hum with powers from beyond the world. These cost me half my savings. And you swore to me, that you could provide me with the charm I wanted. I was quite clear. I had your word that I would be able to visit Abrielle in my dreams, that I could woo her while sleeping. You promised that she would love me. Instead, you delivered to me this lump of old bones, scratched and hacked at, wired together as if made by a child. For 2 weeks I kept it close to my heart, and at night when I slept I did see Abrielle, oh yes. I saw her lying with everyone I ever hated, rivals and enemies who've bested me in business or in sport, men who have bullied or insulted me, including my infernal older brother. I woke each morning clenching my teeth in shame and rage. Such terrible nosebleeds I suffered, and my hair began to fall out in clumps. I threw the cursed thing into the lake just to be rid of it. You told me you were a sorcerer, a simple charlatan more like. Be that as it may, I want you to know the day I decided to ruin your life. I will punish you for thinking me an idiot and taking my money. I could send an anonymous message delivered to the nearest overseer outpost, but what I've got in mind is more fitting. There is a gang that operates in Karnaca, assassins. I want you to know that all my remaining funds will be spent putting a contract on your pretty head. You will never see me again, Lilica, but when the butcher's blade falls on your neck, or when the poison in your milk takes hold, I want you to remember that this is how I repay those who cheat me. All the things that the person experienced, and he didn't think that she had powers. Right. Not the brightest fellow there. Okay, so let's take a look inside this building. I assume that I can't open this. No matter, we'll just go back to the back side. No, we will not just go back to the other side. How do you get in there then? Do we have to go in underneath the water? Or is there some way to open the door that I am unaware of? Ah, there's a tunnel. Or... yes, it is underwater. Thank you. Come on. Oh. Yikes. So there is a shrine to the outsider in here. Is there anything else? An archer urn. And that's about it. So, what do you have to tell us today?
This is the Daud I remember. Corvo left his mark on Coldridge, but they won't soon forget you either. What a relief. Life has been remarkably grim in Dunwall lately. This business with the eels might call for a little more diplomacy. But in the long view, a smoking ruin makes as good a monument as any.
Okay. Let's get the pull power. And let's make sure that that is on 0. How does that work? Because you can't pull that. All we have. Since I have all of the items. And we're back up on land. Okay, so it's just a matter of going into the boat then. If you can call this a boat. Ship is probably more like it. He seems to be all alone down there. No idea. You were very mistaken. Okay. You're just standing there.
Time to signal Lizzie.
Oh well. Okay, so let's try this pull. That's useful. Edgar Wakefield log entry. It's going to pieces. I was just getting things under control, but now I hear Lizzie busted out of Coldridge. How? The dead ales are all starting to swing my way, and I even think we'll wipe out those accursed hatters soon. Mr. Hat humiliated me something awful with that raid to steal our engine coil, and payback was going to be me taking a piss in his stovepipe. But now that Lizzie is free again, I've got the crew on high alert, orders to kill anyone that ain't one of us. I'm starting to think I bit off more than I can chew. Yep. Okay. There's a bone charm down here, which we will pick up. And other than that, I'm not really sure what's the use of this thing. However, I do know that I want an ingot. So, signaling Lizzie, how do I do that then? Sound the ship's horn. Hopefully she'll give us a key to the other place we have to go to then. Admiralty and the Fleet. This one you can read at your leisure if you want to.
Lizzie Stride is assuming control of the dead eels now. She's ordered them to give you safe passage.
Thank you, Thomas.
Your friend Edgar Wakefield set me up to be taken by the City Watch, and you followed him. Took his orders. Well, you know what? I forgive you. All of you. I'm filled with love. But the following people each owe me a finger. Logan, Douglas, Bang Bang, Ferris, Pigface, the Bakers, and Annabelle.
Shit.
2 from you, Annabelle. Have a good night.
You don't look too friendly, you know that, Lizzie?
That piece of garbage, Edgar. I'm still living with his incompetence. He let the Hatters cripple the Undine.
Ship seems fine to me.
They took the engine coil. We're dead in the water.
What is it? Can we make a new one?
They don't make them anymore, not for an engine like the Undine's. We'll have to get it back.
The geezer still leads the Hatter gang, right? I'll pay him a visit.
It won't be that easy. There's a snag.
Always is. What's this one?
The geezer's about 100 years old by now. He's got it rigged so that if he dies, the whole place gets gassed. So they're real careful around him. Got him a nurse and everything. Maybe you can cut a deal for that engine coil. Turn on the charm. One of the Hatters gave me their door password in exchange for keeping the rest of his fingers. It's whalebone. I never got to use it on account of the gas. And being in jail.
Just be ready to move when I get back.
Okay, so we have the passcode then. Whalebone. And all of a sudden the gang has been replenished from having been mercilessly killed to being lots of people. Huh.
I told you Lizzie would be back.
And I told you I don't care. One's as good as the other.
Okay, so I'm just looking for people to pickpocket. They don't seem to have anything to pickpocket on them.
I think the outsider ain't real. What'd I see Daud do then?
Just because he can do strange things doesn't mean there's an invisible man watching us. I'll ask him how he does it.
Are you crazy? Don't you dare.
Are you supposed to be scary?
No, I'm just Daud. Not supposed to be scary at all. anything there is. Well, they wouldn't leave it here if they didn't have anything for us to loot on it, would there? Okay. That thing bugged. Oh, I just have to walk in like that. Indeed. I'm not too happy about Delilah being around here. That is, if it was Delilah, it could also have been one of the Brigmore witches. You don't have anything to pickpocket. You don't have anything to pickpocket.
What the fuck are you looking at? Blow off, Chopper.
You should be more polite to me. Okay, let's go back to the Drapers' Ward streets. Have guards respawned? That's my first question. Actually, I think that it would be a good time to end the episode before we go into the other place. So I think that's exactly what we'll do. Have a shorter episode, and we'll continue the mission tomorrow. Because I'm worried that the episode would otherwise be an hour. That place takes as long as this place took. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.